After the government's decision to mark the Independence Day anniversary of Armenia at public square in the capital Yerevan with a large-scale and colorful celebration, the relatives of the servicemen who have fallen in the 44-day Artsakh Nagorno-Karabakh war last fall went on Facebook, condemned the holding of the celebration, and demanded that it be cancelled. These families agree that life goes on, but we must respect the people who lost their relatives in the aforesaid war, and therefore refrain from holding such state-level events for at least a year. But despite all this uproar and the aforesaid demand by the families of these fallen soldiers, there is still no signal coming from the government toward changing its decision in this regard. Local elections will be held on October 17th in Goris, Meghri, Tegh and Tatev communities of Armenia, Syunik Province, Gyumri city of Shirak Province, and Dilijan city of Tavush Province, and through proportional representation. The ruling Civil Contract Party will nominate candidates in all the mentioned communities. During an interview with NEWS.am, chairman of the organizational committee of the former ruling Republican Party of Armenia, Tatev, said that this political force will run in these local elections on October 17th and will announce its respective candidates soon. Tatev added that the remaining issues related to running in these elections were being considered and all the details will be clarified in the next few days. Asked if the Republican Party of Armenia will run alone or with a bloc in these local elections, Tatev said he would not rule out anything. The European Council has removed Armenia and 5 other countries from the so-called safe countries list in terms of the COVID-19 pandemic. Following a review under the recommendation on the gradual lifting of the temporary restrictions on non-essential travel into the EU, the Council updated the list of countries, special administrative regions, and other entities and territorial authorities for which travel restrictions should be lifted. In particular, Uruguay was added to this list, whereas Albania, Armenia, Azerbaijan, Brunei, Japan, and Serbia were removed from it, reads the statement posted on the official website of the European Council. Grape growers of Armenia's Shirak Province on Friday closed off the Yerevan-Yerask interstate motorway again, and with the demand that grape procurement companies accept all the grapes by paying 150 drams per kilogram instead of the current 120 to 130 drams. A group of residents of several villages closed off the Yerevan-Yerask motorways section leading from Shaumyan village to Daperagan village. Police were negotiating with these protesters to reopen the road, but the villagers were refusing to do so. Police eventually reopened this interstate road by force. As of Friday morning, 669 new cases of the coronavirus were confirmed in Armenia, and the total number of these cases has now reached 247,666 in the country, NEWS.am has learned from the National Center for Disease Control and Prevention. Also, 11 more deaths from COVID-19 were registered, making the respective total 4,979 cases.